This is Hoy. We can hear you now. Can you hear us?
This down. Okay, so these have to go down at the same time. Boulders here, anemones here, encrusted, rather old looking. So just doing a survey here of the rocks, seeing sponges and small coral. Looks like a small style asteroid there in the center of the field of view. This is a very large rock that continues upslope here. You can just see the top of it in the other camera. Good question. No, I don't think we do yet. Suggestion? No.
Looks like one of the Cretaceous carbonate outcrops that Bill Shedd was talking about, rather than authigenic carbonate like we see in the northern Gulf slope.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. I agree with you. This was like the older stuff that Bob Carney was talking about. It looks well encrusted. We're going to zoom in here on some of these corals. There's a fish down there. Our depth is currently 444, I think. Our heading is 105. Boulders here, anemones here. Encrusted, rather old looking. So just doing a survey here of the rocks, seeing sponges, a small coral. Looks like a small stylasterid there in the center of the field of view. This is a very large rock that continues upslope here. You can just see the top of it in the other camera. Good question. No, I don't think we do yet. Suggestion?
Looks like one of the Cretaceous carbonate outcrops that Bill Shedd was talking about, rather than authigenic carbonate like we see in the northern Gulf slope.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. I agree with you. This was like the older stuff that Bob Carney was talking about. It looks well encrusted. We're going to zoom in here on some of these corals. There's a fish down there. Our depth is currently 444, I think. Our heading is 105. Beautiful live coral. The Galatheids.
I-2 feed looks really good after. Nice shot.
That's great. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Eric. There's some nice big polyps there on that Lophelia. There's a stylaster to the right there.
Hi, Tim. This is Hui.
Yeah, go ahead, Hui.
Hi. We just wanted to formally ask you to keep narrating, especially species names, because we're having a hard time seeing things here, and it helps us log.
Roger that. Yeah. Sorry. Eric, if you don't mind, that would be great too. If you could call out some of the things that you're seeing as well, because there's some, distractions here in the van at the moment with dealing with various things. So if you see things, please feel free to call them out.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, thanks. There we go. There's a nice shot. So we're looking at some Lophelia here. That's great, pilot. It'd be great to see some of the crabs here too. And Eric, if there's video you want to see, let me know.
Yeah, it looks like this is a different sabellid. I would still guess it's sabellid, but the Uratella I was talking about had the curled up, and these don't seem to do that, so it is no speed. Nice shot of the Umunita.
Yeah.
I agree, it's probably Picta.
Yeah. Agree. Sure. Yeah, I agree with you, Eric. I think that guy's missing a leg, too. What is that? Is that a coral on the ledge right there across from the crab? I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure.
I'm trying to...
I don't know.
I've definitely seen it before.
Yeah. Thank you, Pilot. I think we got it. Yep. Yeah. Just had that as crab, I think. Can we get lasers for just a couple seconds? Great. How far apart are the lasers? Yep. I've also seen some sponges in the area. Is that a fan core right there coming in the center of our screen, sort of the grayish flat? But yeah, just a quick zoom would be good, I guess, to see what that is.
Is it maybe another hydrocoral? Or no, is it
Yeah, I can't tell if it's a sponge or not.
Oh, that looks like a sponge.
Yeah, I think it is a sponge. There's some things growing on it. At the top, at least.
Crinoid, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. So there could be some corallium off to the left. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, so this is definitely a sponge with a crinoid at the top. Several crinoids here on different substrates. I can't tell one sponge from another. No, I think that's good. Can we turn the camera? Well, I guess I want to turn the vehicle to the left, and there's another coral to the left. I want to see real. Yeah, it looks like to me that over the past few years, there's been some documentation of this kind of fauna on these rocky outcrops between the two scarps, or on the upper slope, but further south of here. So this will make for a decent comparison for that, for sure. What worm? On the coral? Oh, I see it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Just at the base.
Shot. You can see the individual zoids on the bryozoan and everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. It's a great imaging system. There you go. I think it helps to have the internet too feed.
Definitely. Pretty nice. Pretty amazing to be able to do this.
Yeah.
Well, the pinnules aren't as long as some of the other ones.
No, they're very short, actually.
Not sure which one that is. That was my first publication.
That's right, it was. I remember that. That's right. Polly, can we tap down maybe a little bit to see the whole animal in the field of view? Great. Yeah, Pan, do you read me? Great. That's a great shot. Yeah, this is an Anthomastus.
All the other zoids on the mushroom part of it also.
I don't think, I know I haven't seen this one before in the Gulf, Eric. I don't know about you, but haven't seen this one.
I mean, there's that other Anthomastus that we ran into a few times, but this definitely looks different. The color isn't a good indicator. That changes. There are different color morphs even within a species, but the pinnules look really different.
That's a great shot. Thank you, Pallet. That's great. Yeah, if you can.
Hi, Tim. This is Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
I just want to let you know we are screen sharing with Kelly Elliott, so we managed to get I2 sort of through her screen share.
Yeah, you through Adobe Connect?
Yeah.
Okay. And is your image reasonable? Can you see well?
Yeah, we're getting a good picture now.
Yeah, there are the little Lyphonozoids on the base right there. Great.
Yeah, just hold right here. It'd be great. Pilot. There's a couple of those I've seen here. It's good.
When you're done with this shot, what's the little white guy on the left over there?
The white coral-looking thing?
Just a little, well, yeah, looks like there's a little octocoral over there.
Okay, we'll take a look at it. Wow.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. It does look like there's some sort of a shrimp. There is a amphipod or shrimp, I can't tell yet.
Yeah.
It's an amphipod. Amphipod. It's one of the first ones up there, yeah. Yeah, that's great. I'm not sure what that is either. Santiago, do you have any thoughts about what that might be? Is Santiago watching?
I think yes, I'm here. No, I don't really know what it could be.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Sponges here. Yeah, palette just up to the top here on the top right there. I think there's a, but it's different. Yeah, we haven't seen this one before. I mean, I haven't anyway, in the deeper Gulf. I haven't seen this one. That's a nice shot, though. So was it safe to assume that's a dead coral skeleton this thing is on, Eric?
Yeah, I would guess.
There's a shrimp up there at the top left.
It almost looks like a hydroid.
Yeah. There's a shrimp in the upper left. Yeah, I don't.
What we want to do, though, and the video engineers actually, that everybody's done it the right way right now, is we need to, we will get to that shrimp, but if we can at least get, whenever we stop, if we can at least get 10 seconds, because otherwise it's not usable post-production. You need to have at least 10 seconds in one spot so that the post-production guys can actually do something with it. So let's just keep that in mind as we move forward, not to chase a shot too fast, to take advantage of what we have and then move to the next target. So. The video's clear with this file.
He can zoom out a little bit, Pilot, if he wants to get a good focus on it. There's another little guy there. Not sure. Yeah, not sure what that is. No, that's great. That's great. Thank you. Yeah, Pilot, what do you have for current here? Is it discernible?
Yeah, I haven't been able to get a real good feeling for which way it's going, but you can see the stuff going through the camera view. It's running probably at least a quarter of a mile. We've got enough of this if you want me to pull out. Yeah, go ahead and pull out.
Yep.
If you want us to set up a drift test, well, actually, we can do that.
Yeah, we may do that a little later, I think. Okay. That's. Our heading is currently 43. We're looking right at those two worms, or those worms, coming up over this EFL-1 site. Little discoloration in the rocks here. They're highly encrusted. I don't know what that black material is up there, but it looks like it's highly altered. Not much of the way of the big things on top here, huh? A little bit. We're now looking almost due north on this feature as we spin around to look at the east-facing side. There's a small fish there. I don't know what that fish is, but seems like these worm tubes are all aligned on the margins, not much on the top surfaces. They're all.
Give you an idea here, Watchley, our motion to the north right now is all current-ish.
And we're currently heading almost due west. Yeah, right. Wow. So we're getting pushed to the north. Yeah. Great.
Are you seeing the feature at 315?
This will be what is it, WFL-2? Yeah. Can we get a quick zoom on this fish right here, please? Thanks. So now this is going to be WFL-2. This rocky target here. WFL, right? West Florida -2. There's a fish in the hole. There's several fish here. We have had a request from the beach to sort of document these fish as we can. 2 fish in the hole. Depth is 440. ROV is 26 degrees, 28.01. 84 degrees, 46.68. This is the WFL-2 site. Another Cretaceous outcrop of rocks as we're zooming in on fish that we've seen inside a hole here in the rock. Sonar suggests this is a very large rock area here. The multi-beam backscatter survey conducted last night found lots of these, or several of these, what apparently are hard rocky bottom substrates here. So there's several of these before hitting the Scarp proper, and that's why we dove here to hit some of these rocks before getting to the Scarp. Pilot, we mind getting a shot of that worm that's out of its tube right there. You see that just above the fish head? There's great, thank you. Another fish down here.
Co-pilot, the ship has stopped, so you probably have
Okay. So we have some dead coral here. We have an urchin. What's that over on the left? Pilot, what's that center screen, that red-orange thing right there? Is that a sort? Does it? That is a crinoid. There's a pencil urchin over there. Yeah, if you get a quick zoom, maybe. All that right in the center screen will be great. Where's the coral listing?
That looks like the same crinoid as the northern Gulf. The last one that we saw was definitely a different species. This
Yeah.
one that we've seen before.
Yeah, what do you think of that urchin down there? Maybe, I'm not sure I've seen that one before. I don't know.
I don't think I have either.
Oh,
I've seen another pencil urchin, but again, that looks
looks
pretty
different.
than the other pencil urchin.
Yeah. There's some dead coral here.
Peter Etnor, are you on yet?
I thought I saw Peter enter in the iChat, but then leave. So I don't know if he's there or not.
We were emailing back and forth about corallium versus Thylasterans for some of these corals.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see what he thought.
Yeah. Looks like there's some lavandid Lophelia here. There's a nice worm out of its tube down there below. That's a great palette. That's a good job. I'm okay if you guys are. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I think we got it. I think we're okay with that. I think what you got's good. Yeah. What is that? Yeah. Okay. There's some Lavlophilia up here. Another crop. Okay. Wow. What do you think that is? I don't know. Yeah, there is.
Maybe it's Tyler.
Say again, Santiago.
Zigzag with madrepora almost.
I was going to say.
I was just thinking that it looks more like a style of threat to me. I don't know. Look at the tentacles.
Yeah.
Oh, I see him there at the bottom now. Yeah. It kind of branches like a madrepora.
I didn't see that before. I don't know what that is.
That's what I mean. I don't know. It does look like acorns. I don't know though.
Coral's nest.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Somebody's putting some stuff in there. I don't know what that is. They don't look unlike octopus eggs. It's okay.
Follow this rock a little bit more before cutting.
Yeah. It's good.
Alright, video, let's move on. Watch leader, would you like target 2 here?
Well, I was trying to figure out whether this is a part of the adjoining rockers is different. So I do too. So that's okay with me. Leave it. That's 2.
Pilot, 20 meters away.
Yeah, pilot?
Would you like to continue to look at this spot?
No, move on, please. We're good. Thank you. Thought now. We'll take a quick look at that red coral. Don't know if that's something we've seen before, just a different color, or if it's actually different.
Say it again, Butch. Okay, the ship is stopped. 40-meter move. Alright, video, go.
Is that Miracides? Is that right?
It may be. We're zooming in right now. Yeah. Yeah, Pop. We'd love to see the polyps on this coral. So you can focus either on the right or left. Doesn't matter. What do you think, Eric? I don't know. It looks highly branched. I don't remember being so densely branched. I don't know with before.
Yeah, maybe Nicella.
Huh? Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Here we go.
That's about due north. It's about 0.15. Sorry, video. It's from wire though. Just broke loose.
Could be.
Was that in multiple planes?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think these may be shrimp we're seeing that are attracted to the lights. They may be migrating, day-night migrators. I mean, we're now at 440 meters.
Not sure if I'm going to be able to get a stable.
Right.
See the current whipping down.
Great. Great. I don't know what that is. It's a funky branching pattern that I don't know. We'll have to look it up. But we'll get, if we can frame grab this, it'd be great. Yeah, that's great. Huh. Yeah, that's a new one to me. That's good. Yeah. That's great, Pilot. Thank you. That's great. Great shot. Sorry. Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I was saying that sometimes there's a polychaete worms that live at the base of this thing.
Go ahead, video, it's all yours. Grapes, this is Okeanos.
Great. So it's like that same little anemone we've seen before.
Can I get a ship move? 50 meters, bearing due north at 0.1 knots. Okay, I'm gonna go bring it up to here.
It's okay.
Wow. I think that, yep, that's the tip.
Yeah. Pilot, when it's okay with video or whatever, can we have the lasers on just briefly to? Yeah, yeah. That's great.
When you sit down and use these bobbies, put yourself to the west of them.
It looks like sort of on the left-hand side of this coral, 2/3 of the way up, is a little shrimp or amphipod there. Do you see that guy? It's cool.
So we'll use him as a place to zoom in.
When you're ready.
Hold on a little bit. Let me get better lined up with that guy. Alright, just to zoom. Let me know when I can adjust my
Nice. So that thing's actually buried with, it's got green eggs. You see that underneath the abdomen? Loaded with green eggs. Behind the eyes is the digestive system, a little bit of the brain. You see the long arm coming down? The starboard arm of that shrimp? That's a great shot. Is there? Nice. Look at that. You can see the individual eggs. He's wow, that thing is loaded.
making it difficult with those branches coming towards us.
Yeah.
Kind of wave it back and forth here.
I don't see anything else living on this. Do you guys see anything else?
Center, right about there.
There's something else? Oh, I see it. Is that a worm? Another shrimp. Another shrimp. Another shrimp with eggs. Nice job, guys. Might be of interest.
You've got time, Bobby. I am 40 degrees down on the camera, just starting to catch up with you. Alright, let's start their video and we might have to adjust. I'm going to take you right kind of towards that, the merger between the dead and living section. There we go. facing south, it should, the north current should blow the debris back away from the camera. Yeah, would you say north or northwest? That looks like it's crossing me right now, so it looks like northwest. Yeah. I think it's swung a little bit. The original reading wasn't quite accurate. Watchley, would you like a target here?
Yes, I would actually.
Number
3,
3?
please.
Let me line up a little bit more again. Okay, that's good.
So guys, do you see any barnacles in that dead area right there? I just see a shrimp and those hydrozoans.
I think that was the third time I lost control of the tilt. I'm starting to pass over you, buddy.
That's great, guys. Thank you. That's good.
Anything more around this area, Watchley?
I don't think so. Did we get the coral polyps really well? The living tissue? Do you feel like?
We will do a quick
Just
here and there.
okay.
Is this sufficient, or would we like to get closer?
That's okay. If we can frame a wide shot, getting the whole coral for one after we do this, I think that'd be fine.
Look at the debris in the background zipping by. You're working really hard to maintain that heading. Yeah, I'm holding a slight heading, slight port turn. Just a little bit left, so we can get
Great.
and a little bit down.
Great. Nice job. Okay. Hey Nav, what's our distance to the base of the Scarp? Just curious.
It's about 40 meters. These rocks might actually be kind of the beginning of it.
Okay, great.
There's a lot of rocks on the sonar.
Lots of encrusting sponges here.
Looks like the same fish that was in the hole is out now.
Am I on speaker here?
Yes, you are. Who is this? Is this Steve?
Steve Ross.
Hey,
That's
Steve.
Trachycarpia scorpion fish.
Great. Yeah, we just came on to him. Trying to get a shot of him now.
Who is this speaking?
This is Tim from the EX.
Hey, Tim, I didn't recognize your voice. Sorry.
That's all right.
Anyway, I had a hard time getting onto this thing, and I don't know how long I'll be able to stay on it. The video's a bit shaky, but it's good quality. So, if you want me to chime in with stuff like that, I'll.
Yeah, Steve, it'd be great. I think there's a. Are you able to get onto the iChat? If you're on the iChat, they've given directions, a link to how to get Adobe Connect to someone else's computer screen, and you can see the video in pretty good feed.
Yeah, that's the way I had to get to the video with Adobe Connect. But
Okay.
I had to get to the audio through my telephone.
Okay. Okay. That's great.
So it's kind of weird, and it took a long time to get there.
Sorry about that. It's I knew it would be a very trying day today with this stuff, but yeah, right now I think our intercom is down. I think you can hear me, but there's several others that cannot right now. So I knew we had to work out some kinks today.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of the beast. Anyway, the video looks pretty good. It's jerky on this end, but that's
so
okay.
We have them pretty quickly after the dive, but
Okay.
so we normally zoom in. We spend some time, at least 10, 15 seconds on an image, and then they grab that in post.
Sounds good.
Oh.
Steve, this is Kelly. I see that you're logged into Adobe Connect. I've posted a link in the chat box in there that you can that you can click on, and that will tell you how to log into iChat.
Well, what will I do when I get into iChat?
There is a group chat room, so you can write down your observations and comment on what you're seeing, along with about, it looks like, 15 other people that are logged in right now.
Okay, I may do some of that, but I'm not sure I can do a lot of that today. I'm going to be in and out of the video, but I'll try to stick with it as long as I can.
Great.
Yeah.
Would you prefer that to the audio?
I think it's the iChat ends up being a log, Steve, that we have forever. So if you call out species of fish names or whatever, they go into the log and they're there for anyone to see and for you to have. And we have certain codes that we post, 3-letter codes, like FSH is a fish. So every time we see a fish, we type in FSH, and that way we can call it all back up at the end of the dive, end of the cruise. It's a searchable database. And then that'll give you the time, and you can go and find the frame grabs for that time. So that's why that iChat log is really helpful. Appreciate that. Sending those links around.
We do what we can.
Thanks.
Hi, Tim. I'm back on too. It's Eric.
Oh, hey, Eric. Great to have you on. So we think we're at the base of the Scarp here, at another series of rocky outcrops, different kinds of relief. We're seeing more sponges as we're getting closer to the escarpment, I think, maybe fewer corals, but that's not based on a lot of observations, but seems to certainly be a trend. Noticeable. Okay, so yeah, Pat, can we just turn to the left here for a second? And there's something out here, I'm not sure what that is, just to the left, out of the field of view. Oh, it's a sponge. It's okay. It's an encrusted sponge. It's like hydrozoans on it. The thing in the upper left corner I was looking at, so that's what that is. That's fine. We've seen these before. I'm wondering what that, you see that crab in the distance, is a coral next to that, or is that a sponge? I think that's a sponge. Okay. Do you see what's inside the sponge, Steve? I'm not sure what that is. I know you see it, Pilot.
I see the golden crab in the sponge, but I can't quite see what's inside. The video's not close enough yet.
All right. I think we're going to take a zoom in real quick and take a look at it. Steve, are these the kinds of communities you were seeing further to the south?
Yeah, very similar.
Okay.
The Rocky Ledge has a considerably different fauna than the mounds and ridges offshore, which are more Lophelia dominated. So still very interesting, but different. So that's an interesting comparison.
Cool. Good. Yeah, we have seen some Lophelia this morning.
Yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
There'll be some small colonies there. Some kind of crab in the sponge.
Yeah, it looks like it. Hard to know who that
Seen
is.
small galatheids in those sponges.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, so Steve, if there's something you see and want an image of, just let me know. Just holler out. We'll do that.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Any good images are going to be useful because despite the number of times we've been there, our archive is pretty skimpy.
It's amazing how that seems to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah, too often.
I know. Yeah, you'd like to put together, a catalog of all these fauna, right? And images that are really good. And
we're working on that. Yeah, we've been working on that with stills and video, but we've got a pretty good fish user pictorial guide, and we've tried to do one for the sponges and the corals for the Gulf and the Atlantic, but they're sort of in draft stages, and we're working on them in bits and pieces.
Yeah, well, this imagery may certainly help that cause.
Certainly.
That's good. That's great.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Any good images are going to be useful because despite the number of times we've been there, our archive is pretty skimpy.
It's amazing how that seems to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah, too often.
I know. Yeah, you'd like to put together, a catalog of all these fauna, right? And images that are really good. And
we're working on that. Yeah, we've been working on that with stills and video, but we've got a pretty good fish user pictorial guide, and we've tried to do one for the sponges and the corals for the Gulf and the Atlantic, but they're sort of in draft stages, and we're working on them in bits and pieces.
Yeah, well, this imagery may certainly help that cause.
Certainly.
That's good. That's great. Okay. Great, guys. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, Nav, can we zoom out on the Nav screen just a tick or two? Okay. Yeah, okay. So it does look like we're very close to the base of this thing, this scarp, which appears to have a 40 meter relief. set things going. So it should become more vertical very soon. Right? It's not very far. It should be within like 30 meters away. Okay. Yeah. No, I do. Yeah. Thank you for doing that. I tried to continue. If you just talk through here.
Hi, this is Pen. Do any of you know what that straight structure is? Hi, this is Pen. Can we take a look at this white structure in front of us? How's that sound? Can you hear me better now? Yeah, the white stuff on top. It looks like some encrusting sponges. Okay, that looks great to me. Thanks. Oil to the left of the sponge.
That's an Alfonsino called Barracks. High shot. Can you still hear me, Tim?
We've got about 30 meters remaining in this move. Do you know where you'd like to go next? Video to co-pilot. My pushing, I'm serious. Yes, over. Go all the way in to get more focus. Negative, open, lift off. Good. Just going to get about 10 or 12 seconds of this tight force. Watch the lead, already know. Watch the lead, already know.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can. About 17 meters remaining in your ship move. Do you know where you'd like to go next?
I think after this, we should just continue to move towards the base of the escarpment and then just move along that, going up.
We're going to be, at the end of this move, we're going to be on the plateau on the top of the escarpment.
Okay. Yes, I see it now.
All right, what's that thing? It's like a sponge with a crinoid on it. Why is this? Oh my God. looks to me, Nav, like we're, I don't know, 20 meters away from the top, maybe 10 meters, 20 meters away from the top. I mean, there doesn't appear to be a hard rim here per se, right? But it should flatten out a little bit. Yeah, I'd like to know that we've gotten up on top of it, and then I think it will come down to the southwest and come back down, like a sawtooth almost. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get an image of that. Let's get an image of that skate if we can. Two corals here. Yeah. Down below, yeah. See one there. Actually see some barnacles on the back of that crab. You see that? Right here on the side for one. You can see the legs are buried into the sediment. All right, even the claws are buried in. That's a normal posture for these guys. And then right above this guy, there's some coral that I'm not sure what it is, but you guys have it. Yeah, I want that coral at the top of in the center of the image. I'd love to see that. We'll close up on that guy. I think we've. Roger that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what we've seen before or not. It's all right. Actually, a little bit closer would be good. I'd appreciate that. mucus-like material coming off the top of this coral. See it? All the phlegm coming off of that. Could be local. I mean, these corals do secrete mucus quite a bit. So, but who knows? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I think we want to make a move to the southeast. I think we're up here. We're going to see this kind of thing. I think we want to come back, unless I hear differently from people on shore. Right now, I think that's what we'll continue to do. Go to the southeast.
Okay, this is Penn again. I am back. Thank you.
EX1202L2.
This is Pen. Can we get a close-up of that snail right above the laser right now? Thank you. So right now it's yellow, so it should both be in this talking. And this thing you're talking about, why is not, if that's not on, that makes the whole system. Okay, I think that looks great. Thanks. Let's move on.
Thanks. We're having some difficulty identifying those, and we might be able to do it from a good visual.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I was just thinking that where I've been, which is just a few spots in the deep Gulf, I haven't seen this kind of a pencil urchin. So I don't know if it was more on the eastern side here or not. Or maybe it's just shallower than I normally have been before. Small crab there too. Steve, does that crab look familiar to you?
No, it looks like some kind of spider crab, but I don't know it.
Yeah. If there's any part of that urchin you want to see, we'll get it. I don't think these guys are at full zoom
I
yet.
think that looks good. I think that's the best we can do.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's enough for me, I think.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks. Thanks, pilot. Sorry. these scattered rocks seem to dominate up here, and they're throughout the sonar, all around the vehicle. Is that a plastic bag? It's another one of those corals. Look at the to the right there. Yeah.
Edge.
Can we zoom in a little bit on this? And
Like the lower edge. Maybe it's dead right as zone.
it's pretty old and grotty looking, covered with some hydroids. It looks like. Maybe I picked a really old one. I don't know. That's what.
I don't think it's Deadlophilia. I think it might be possibly Brazoan, dead and encrusted, or.
Interesting. All right. Well, we can stop and look at another one when we see another one. Yeah, I don't know. I do see it looks particularly old, but whatever it is. Yeah. Is there any part anybody wants to see of this before we zoom out? Maybe we'll find another one here. Interesting. Yeah. All right, guys, we can zoom out on the ROV too, and we'll look for some other. Sorry there. Huh.
How far from the edge of the escarpment are you?
I'm sorry. Say again. There's a lot of.
How far from the edge of the escarpment?
From the edge, I think that we are approximately 50 meters.
Possibly terabellid, cluster terabellid.
Oh.
Yeah. Not very big.
I think there was some more down lower left that might be more amenable to imaging. I don't know. Remains of gastropod eggs. Oh, that's interesting. It could be. Oh, that's interesting. Thanks, guy. Yep.
This is Okeanos video to everyone on the OKEX party line and the telephone conference.
Okay. I don't think we've seen those fish before. Can we get a close-up of them? The ones with the cool tail? Okay, thanks.
The one with the long tail is Anthias.
Yeah, and if we could look at both, that would be great.
The other one is a roughie.
I believe they are hatched. take a look at that? Thanks. Wow. That looks like a fish.
I have no idea what kind of fish that is. If you could get some better video.
Okay. Video, can we try to get a better view of that fish? And okay, we are zooming in now. Ah, how's that look?
Better. Yeah, I think it's a larvae of some sort, but I don't know it.
Okay, so it's a larvae of some sort. Cool. Yeah.
Or early juvenile.
Or a juvenile fish. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. What's that? Oh, that's right.
Hi, Bob. This is Taylor from Hui. Do you read me?
Cam angle's only 45 down, so and you're in my pool of light. So you could just.
Who is that?
Okay, it looks like we have a another type of fish down there. The one, the smaller one, kind of right below the redfish. Can we take a look at that?
Is Andrea still on the line?
any luck of seeing the fish? Ah. Okay, can anyone identify that fish?
That's an Antheus.
Okay, oh, there we go. We
Does
have
that
the
anyone know what
lasers
kind of
on
fish
it.
that is in the front there?
Yeah, can we get an ID on the fish?
Yes, it's an Antheus. Can you guys hear my audio?
I can just barely hear you, Hui.
Okay, this is Steve Ross. It's an Antheus.
Thank you, loud and clear. That's great.
Hey, John.
Thanks, Steve.
That nickel sea?
No, it's not nickel's eye. It's wood's eye.
Okay.
So is that the red one in front or the bluish one in the back there?
The one with the yellow stripe is Antheus. The red one is Barracks.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. So if everyone's satisfied with the fish, then I propose we move on.
Northeast-ish. Take off on that heading and be all right.
Okay. Yeah,
maybe
let's.
a little to your left.
Yeah, let's see if we can head north again to go upslope. Thanks. So I've noticed that most of the fish we've seen so far are kind of in these, crevices and not out in the open. So is there a reason why they behave that way?
This is Steve. Part of the reason is that they're shy of the lights.
Oh. Okay, so they're getting away from the lights?
Correct.
I see.
Pen, this is Hui.
Yes, Hui, go ahead.
Hi, could you just give me a heading?
Yes, our current heading is, let's see, ROV is 23. It just became 29.
And are we still headed upslope?
Yes, we are still heading upslope. And we are following these rocks.
Bringing my head to north.
Okay, we are turning left to face.
Hi everyone, this is Tim Shank calling on the EX line, and we anticipate that the vehicle will leave the bottom in just about 2 hours or so, 4:30 local time, Eastern time, and at that time on the ascent, we'll have a somewhat of a conference call via this very line you're listening to now. We'll just stay on the line during the ascent, and we'll have a conversation about today's dive and a discussion about tomorrow's planned dive. So I encourage you to stick around and for that and provide your thoughts and input. So 4:30 or so, we expect the vehicle to leave the bottom for recovery at 5 o'clock or so. And on that ascent, we'll have a conversation about today's dive and the dive plan for tomorrow. So the rocks here are much more pitted. I'm now looking at the screen, and I can see it's either highly weathered or altered or pitted for some reason. I don't know if this is all carbonate through here.
Actually, Bob had a comment earlier saying this might be mudstone.
Mud?
Yeah,
it's
and
agglutinated mud.
Yeah, and I'm curious as to the difference between the formation of these guys versus the carbonates.
Yeah. I just want to make sure it's what the same thing. Yeah, it is.
Those are eggs?
I don't know what. No, I don't know what it is, frankly. But just confirming that's what we're starting to see in this area right here.
So how would you describe this guy?
I'd probably ask somebody who's been there and sample this. By what I would do.
We collected some.
Hi, Tim. Is this the same thing that we saw earlier that looked like gastropod eggs with somebody?
Yeah, I remember hearing that comment, Taylor. But yeah, I don't know. Steve, did you have a thought, or somebody else? I thought I heard someone.
We collected something that looked similar on the Portales Terrace, and it turned out to be terabellid, like a cluster terabellid worm tube.
Okay.
I don't have high video right here, so I can't see that clearly, but it looks like there's a little tube and a tusk on the end of it.
Yeah, it does. Those tubes don't look connected, right? They're like individuals.
Hey,
They're just
see that line?
Perhaps gregariously settled like that. So yeah, it could be.
Don't know.
They're actually little terabellid worms coming out of the tube. So was that full? Pilot, was that full zoom on that?
I'm passing over. I can't get down more than minus 60 degrees. I seem to be hitting something on the tilt, so I'm losing sight of you as I pass over. So it's time to
yeah, Steve, I think that's
trundle on.
Although some look
here.
bifurcated, but maybe that's the way the video's being in the HD here. Okay. Well, that's a great shot. Thanks, guys. I just want to confirm that's what we were looking at. That's from before. Thanks.
Hey, Tim, our image is still pretty bad, not very clear here at Hui, but it looks like, are those sort of polyps?
Did you say polyps?
Yeah, they look like polyp-like.
Yeah, they look like tentacles, like you might see on the end of a polychaete. It's almost like an alvanellid, right?
Yeah, just go
very
due
thin
north and you'll be
alvanellid,
all right.
but with tentacles coming out. So,
Okay, yeah, I wish we could see more clearly.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you can't. Even when you see clearly, it's not totally clear.
Yeah, ROV shop.
We'd like to see it again.
Co-pilot.
I'm sorry, come back, Taylor. I had a bunch of people
Yeah,
talking.
make a notation that the Sirius main HD won't depress more than 60 degrees. Seems to be bumping into something.
Sorry, Taylor, can you say again?
I just said that sounds great. I plan to go back and look at it again.
Okay. Thanks. I think there's a shrimp right there. It's funny, this little lip is reminiscent of what we see in the multi-beam, actually. I can't believe that we're actually resolving that, even at 14-meter grid spacings. But it looks a lot like it. I don't know if you guys can see the Sirius down-looking imagery, but there's clearly a line of where the top stops and the slope or scarp starts. And that feature on the multi-beam is much more prominent to the north of here than it is to where we are right now. So now, have you put in a ship's move for southeast? Or should, okay. Absolutely, yes. Thank you. There's another feature on the backscatter. Don't know if you're able to pull that down from the portal, but there's a nice big feature there that's actually, yeah, that's the one, Pin. It's
gonna have to come in front
20,
of me, Jeff.
20, 40, 60 meters
Come
away
around
down
here.
slope at about 130 degrees. And we're going to head for that now.
Just come
down
right,
the Scarp.
scoot a little bit. Hey, Tom in the shop, I'm not getting a limit indication on a down angle on Sirius Main HD. I'm just getting a thunk, thunk, thunk as if it was hitting something.
It's interesting that sometimes when I look at these rocks, I feel like I'm seeing mast wasting off the top of the Scarp. Other times I feel like it's in place cementation from slab-like formation.
Yes.
Agglutinated sediments, muds, or whatever.
Minus,
I'm sure carbonate slabs in there too.
minus 59.2.
Of course, I'm no geologist.
Tim, have we had any scale on these at all? Do you know if there?
Scale as in the lasers? Lasers, I think, are on. There they are.
Oh, there they are. Yeah. Can we move the lasers
So they're like
on, right on top of it?
That might require a vehicle move. I don't know. No. So it's funny. Actually, I don't know. I can't be convinced that's a Xena 5.4. I would think that it might be more curved underneath. I don't know. Yeah. Can we zoom in again on that? Once you get that. Yeah. Thanks for the lasers. Yeah, I don't know.
And the lasers are what distance?
Yeah, we just had the lasers on, Steve. Did you? They were about 10 centimeters apart. This thing is about 10 centimeters across, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I
don't
can't
know.
depress beyond 58, 59 degrees on the Big Zeus.
I really don't know. But there's many of these things around, so I don't know exactly what they are. So, okay. Thank you, pilot. Thank you.
10 degrees
Yeah.
Celsius.
10.7. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Yeah. There's some great fish habitat here. Interesting that we haven't really seen black corals as far as I know up on the Scarp. Is that true? In this region? We saw them early in the dive. But not since.
This 450-meter Scarp here.
Hey, get a little closer to the bottom, Jeff, just in case there's some heretofore undiscovered object.
And those mounds or piles that show up on the multi-beam at the base of the escarpment where you have kind of a flat plateau, we're seeing two types of features. In some areas, those mounds that are at the base of the escarpment appear to be just piles of rock boulders, carbonate rock with scattered Lophelia and black coral and a little bit of seep material in them. And then other sites were 100% Lophelia, like a Lophelia biotherm with no exposed rock at all, in the same depth and the same locations. Right at the foot of this little escarpment, and maybe within 1,000 meters of the base of it.
Well, that's really interesting because we started about 230 meters to the west of the escarpment base, and we saw this morning exactly what you described. We saw these large boulders, rock formations, with some lophelia on them. There wasn't the type I think you're describing in your second situation. We have not seen big stands of lophelia by any stretch, but we did see black coral. We did see among those scattered rocks or big rock formations, and so that's very interesting.
Maybe 100 meters in diameter, 50 to 100 meters in diameter.
Interesting. Yeah, I looked back at some of your records, and I remember. I think I may be wrong. I didn't. Maybe I saw one dive or two dives that were actually on this smaller scarp, sort of feature we're on now, right? You're mostly stayed out in the mound area, right?
We did both.
Okay. Yeah. And it's not far from here. It's just further south. Yeah.
What is the resolution of the multi-beam?
The resolution of the multi-beam. Well, I mean, right now we have things gridded at 14 meter grid spacings, but I'd have to give more information to you than that. If you want to know more than that, it's an EM1202 system. Please, as we're transiting along right here. Thanks, Steve. Oh, there's a nice Galathea there. Is that Picta? Hold on.
That's not Epicta.
It's not Epicta. Yeah, Paul, we got time to turn to the right here and image that crab that we just passed. It's just off to our right. If we're going to sit here and wait for a second. So, John, yeah, this is Tim again. I just checked on the multi-beam resolution, and along degree it's at half, and across degree it's 1. So it's a half to 1 system. And at this depth, we can push it to about 14 meters grid spacing. That's a beautiful specimen there, huh?
Does anybody have an idea what kind of fish that might be? Sorry, Bob, I just saw that you wrote in the event log. Hi, Ben.
It's one of the hakes.
Could we image the opioid to the left, off to the fish?
Sure. Video or pilot, can we image the brittle star to our left after we're done with the fish, please?
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. Before you move away from the fish, oh, there you go. Yeah, I just want to take a look at that white thing right behind it. Can we take a look at that?
Yeah, that does look like some sort of egg mass.
After we're done with this holothurian and I guess the squall lobster behind it, I propose we just finish the 20 meters and go from there.
Can we get an ID on that fish? Does anybody know? Is this something we've seen before?
Yes, that's Trachyscorpia.
That's one of the ones we saw earlier in the dive, correct?
Yes.
Are they often found sitting on the sediment like that? Or do they prefer rocky outcrops, or do you know?
Yeah, they're nearly always close to the reefs, although they can use other habitats.
Hey, Pen, are those anemones on that map right there on your starboard side?
Sorry, I didn't catch you, Taylor. Can you specify which anemones again?
I can't see it clearly here, but it looks like there are anemones on that rock on your starboard side. Okay, it looks like you're headed by it now.
Okay, do you see your anemone right there?
We're viewing this through the eye, so it's pretty pixelated. It's hard to tell, but it looked to me like there could be small sponges or anemones there. I just didn't know if you could see more clearly.
Yeah, we're not seeing anything on our end. I'm not seeing anything that resembles an anemone. Are we looking at the right place, Taylor?
Yeah, it looks like you're moving. Yeah, you just moved by them. But that's okay. It could just be an effect of our image here.
Okay, that could be an anemone. Are you seeing this, Taylor? Is this the anemone we're talking
Yeah,
about?
I am. Thanks.
We are going to pass by some small sonar targets about 10 meters away right now on our way to the escarpment wall, which is about 40 meters away.
It's the merest lump of a rock. Fish nest. Update from the Okeanos. Little Herc is at 426 meters depth. We're doing a northeasterly transect upslope. We're still on the mud plain below, and we'll be approaching rocky outcrop as we proceed upslope.
No, I think we're getting a pretty good shot of the cup core. I think we can just move on to the northeast. Thank you. that looks like the bottom of the escarpment. I say we just continue northeast from here. Okay, so we are now looking at the rock outcropping that was 40 meters away. This should be the bottom of the escarpment, so we will be following this uphill with a heading of 045. We're seeing assorted anemones and some fish, and they all look like what we've been seeing on this dive so far. I'm actually seeing a I think I'm seeing some what could be fish inside a hole right in front of us right now. And there's also a green object right to the left of the hole. Can we actually take a look at the green thing and also see if we can look into the hole right now? Or is that too dark and you can't get your light in it?
Hey, Penn, does it look like this rock is sort of reddish, like some sort of encrusting sponge or something? I can't see very clearly.
Come again? Sorry, Taylor?
Do you see some reddish stuff on the rock that look like encrusting sponge or part of the rock?
I'm not seeing anything distinctively red. There is what might be a small red anemone just to the bottom right of that hole. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I was actually talking about the Kojan rock itself. Maybe it's our image.
And right in front of that is the wall of the escarpment, which looks almost vertical in some parts. And we're planning to come up and follow this scarp, again going in the northeast direction. We're seeing some scattered boulders here with some fish and a coral on one of the rocks.
Yeah, we have an update on the need to come off the bottom time for everybody listening, and that is they'll come off the bottom around 4:10, and then we'll start our conversation of today's dive at 4:15. And if everybody can stay on the line, that'd be great. We'll talk about today's dive with some feedback from you guys, and also talk about tomorrow's dive. Pilot, if we can come down a little bit, that would be great. See the bottom better. Thanks. My vote is to go back to the rocks for the last 20 minutes. That's what I would do. Is that like due south? Is that what you're thinking? Yeah, okay. All right. Great.
No.
So right now we're continuing south. We are still seeing those scattered carbonate boulders, or I guess rocks, that are about 10, 20 centimeters across. We're seeing this as we're heading south towards the vertical wall that we passed by earlier.
It's that large coral off to the left there.
Yeah, I don't think we saw that.
Is that a black coral?
Way up.
It's like a Liopathes, but it's off in the distance.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen anything that big in a while.
Oh, let's get some imagery of this.
Yeah, can you pass by it? Thanks.
Pass by. We want to stop and get some imagery, right?
Yeah, that sounds good. And looks like there are ophioid associates on the coral.
Yeah, or crabs. Great, thanks. Didn't you see one of these before, Ben?
Not for a while, I don't think.
It's like a Liopathes.
Yeah, it looks like a Liopathes.
Yeah. With at least one crab, too, I see.
Looks like there's one in the back, right?
Yeah.
Are we able to zoom in a little more?
Yeah, they're just gonna set up here.
Okay. Okay, so they just focus the camera on the lyopathies. We're able to see the polyps on it, and we're gonna do some close-up imagery of it. Zoom in into polyps. Yeah. Can we? How close can we zoom in? Yeah, that's a great shot. Thank you. Yeah. If we can look at that crab, that would be great. Might be a squat lobster right there. Oh, we're looking at the squat lobster right now. Would you be able to get the whole crabbing view?
Hey Tim, this is Martha. That's a gastrotechus.
Hey, Martha, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well. Doing well.
Thanks for the ID.
Busy times. Gastrotechus. Looks good. And the other one? You see the other one over to the right?
Oh.
Yeah, that's not the same guy.
No.
Spike head.
Yeah, definitely a spike, yeah. Yeah. Martha,
I'll have to look for that one. That's a new one for me.
we're going to go with an image I got too. I guess we're going to do it right this second, but we got about 5 minutes left, so I want to make sure we get this imagery in. Let's just hold it. Martha Art says hello.
Hey, Art.
Wow,
I'll look up a couple things and try to get back to you on that one.
Let's get some good video stills of this. Make sure we get it.
Yeah. So we're gonna need a few stills of this.
Yeah. So. Hold on. So, Pilot, can we get some images of the claws of this thing as well? If we get some zoom in on the claws, right, as well as the mouth part area. Looks like he's kind of in the act of feeding a little bit too. I thought there for a second. There we go. Whoops.
Okay, so we're getting a close-up of the mouth parts, the claws.
Just the claws. I just want to get some good stills of this. Got a coral in the way. Got a branch in the way. Interesting to see the darker parts of this coral.
Yeah, you can see the black skeleton under some parts of it.
Yeah. Yeah, do you guys normally see polychaetes on these? Martha, Steve, you guys see polychaetes on these lyopathies?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, you see them at the base or along the branches?
I think along the branches, but not. I don't remember them being that common.
No, I think no, they're rather rare actually.
Okay. That's okay. You're doing great.
Looks like right now there's some branches blocking our view of the crab. But,
so that's okay. I don't think we're going to get much better than what we had before. With the time we have, would be good to get some of the brown-looking part of the coral here. You see that? There's a couple of branches that are whether to the left or straight behind. It's not due to shadow of the lights or anything. It's one can see the coloration there on the far right. Maybe bottom left, pilot.
Yeah, that looks good.
That's fine. I think that's okay if you can focus in on that. Might make it there. I mean, there's some better spots, I think, bottom to the left and down, but yeah, I think there's a good critical mass of dark branches.
Yeah, right under the left crab.
Yeah,
I think.
Right. Yeah. That's it. Roger that.
Do we need to take a look at the stem for identification?
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Right there. So Ben, let's type in that long here, the depth that long. Type in end of dive, when we go. Okay, and then pilot, the one last shot we want to get is the base of this coral, if we can, please. Yeah, thanks. That's great. Come up a little bit, maybe. See more of the. There you go. See that first branch is nice. Great. Nice job, guys. Thank you. And we got a good full shot of that guy. Did you come back out? All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 Sorry, in case you can't hear, guys, the pilots are sorting out vertical thrusters versus tether action on the ROV at the moment, as we're doing some final imaging here before we have to come up. All right. Great, thanks, guys. There you go.
That massive tissue around the base looks really interesting. I don't remember seeing that before.
Sorry, Eric, say that again.
I was just saying the mass. Did you guys remember seeing that mass of tissue around the base of the Lyopathes?
No.
I don't remember seeing that on other colonies.
No. I may have seen some in the North Atlantic, but not like this. Okay. Sorry, guys. If you said something, I didn't hear it. We had a lot of chatter. But anyway, yeah, I haven't seen the tissue go all the way to the base like that before. Wanted to get a shot of that. Maybe the Atlantic on some corals, but I have to go back and look.
Yeah.
I was trying to see some of the polychaetes like to hang around the base, but the one that I might see left here, I don't think there are any. It's interesting. Great. Okay. Yeah, there is a small ophiuroid there on the rock next to that bottom of that coral. Oh, that's great. Okay, everybody, we're getting ready to take off here. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. And if you can hang on, we're going to have we'll try to make it a veritable quick phone call. Or as long as you want to make it, it's fine with me. We have to go to another area to get another headset RTS unit on to have the conversation. But if you can hang out for about 5 minutes, we'll be back and talking to you about today's dive and tomorrow's dive. So hope you'll can stay tuned and keep your video going too. We're going to try to show you a map for tomorrow's dive and see if that works. Thanks for all your patience today. I'm sure it wasn't easy trying to get on and stay on and watch the video. I'm not sure how good your feeds were today, but anyway, thanks for doing so. So we're going to take off from the bottom here in a minute or two, and we'll be in touch soon. Thanks, everybody.